When the lightning, you got a pencil? Who's got a pencil? Anybody got a pencil? Okay, lightning itself is not much larger around than my finger. But when it goes down through there, it shoves out, it compresses the air. You know, maybe 1, 2, 3. Some of them may not be larger than this right here. The average is about the size of a football field. Which, you know, a little shaky than anybody else it is. But it depends. You always think this lowest level, smallest room, center part. Get under a bridge, get in a creek, get down, get low. Okay? And your name, question?
My name is Heather Payne, and I want to know, my question is, how big do hailstones get?
How big do they get? 2 years ago, July 94. 2-3 years ago. Had a storm in Oklahoma. Everybody where Oklahoma is up by Newman? And one piece of hail landed in the back of a guy's truck that was nearly the size of a football. Now, most of them are not that large. Most of them are small, golf ball size, some baseball size, softball size, cantaloupe size, small watermelon. And most of them are, you know. He left? Huh. Okay. Write his name down. And there you go. And I guess you can give this to Earl if he shows up.
He's over setting the gym up for the show.
Okay, then we'll let Earl have one of these books. But anyway, in the library, it's a lot about tornadoes. I wrote the book. And there's a lot about television, a lot about warnings, some wild and crazy stuff. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. Bye-bye.
I'll tell you what, you might do that Susan right there. We call her somebody's help and you come down for a tour, she'll set it up and do everything. Like do that?
Susan, just call the station and ask her.
That's all you say. Come down this place, okay? I'll give you all the options where to go. There's a great program there. It feels wide open today. It is. Okay? Okay. See ya. Just this will be a good opportunity. Okay.
That was my poster.
Stay tuned to Channel 9 during severe weather. I think that's fantastic. Just hold us up like this. Right here. Stay tuned to Channel 9 when there's severe weather. Or even when there's just no weather at all. What's your name?
Candace.
Candace. What grade you in?
Fourth.
Fourth. You know, I was once in the 4th grade. Can you believe that? They actually had cars then. Thank you. Great or not?
Good job.
Boom is at hand. Yeah. I think I crossed my eyes.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful show.
Thank you.
When I was working down in Walters Creek,
You betcha.
Cobb County,
Bye.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's all, for this evening, it's all.
TV9 and Subway.
Gonna go out and hook up?
Yeah, I think so.
Red's out here.
Okay.
That's why we were asking.
Imagine coming.
Who's in Austin. So why don't we split the audience right down the center, and this side on count of 3 we're going to have This side off, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, you got some competition over here, folks. Let's try one more time. 1, 2, 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. Did everyone get their tip cards when they came in, their weather maps? Let's see the weather maps. Everyone wave their weather maps in the air. All right, stand up, stand up. Everyone stand up. We're going to get a camera on you. Everyone stand up and wave your weather maps in the air. Get you guys on the 10 o'clock news tonight. Come on, wave those things. Let's see it. How you doing? Now wave those things in the air. Make some noise, folks. Come on. Give me a run. Come on. One more time. Big pan. Wave. Oh, man. What a crowd.
They know he'll keep them advised. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary England and those terrible twisters.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Get my light on here. Okay, we having a good time? Well, it's good to be here, and I thank you for coming. We'll start this off with a little tape we call Twister Time, and we'll roll the videotape. A few strong.
Tornado on the ground, 7 degrees off the ground.
Right in front of me.
All at once, the doors on the shelters were sucking open and stuff flying around. And
Always, you'd help me thank some people, and I'll read the names here. Has been vital in bringing this Twister show to Guthrie. Sherry Brown has just been dynamite. Kenny Ward, your fire chief. Steve Allman, police. So we'll roll this tape and talk a little bit about Twisters as we go through it. Of course, that's just a big rotating thunderstorm in southwestern Oklahoma, what we call a high precipitation thunderstorm, a lot of rain with it. It had 2 rain, 2 wall clouds. This is up near Woodward. This one's a wall cloud in a rain-free area on the southwest side of the storm. This is near Purcell. That is rain. This one getting ready to cross Interstate 35, northern Oklahoma. It's an F5, about as strong as they get, a very rare tornado. All the rain and hail is off to the right, sunshine back to the left. This is near Moreland, Oklahoma. You're on the west side of the tornado. Lightning actually is more dangerous than tornadoes. Here's northern Oklahoma, Call Reservoir. Another significant tornado. This one's east of Woodward. Now, I've forgotten the exact measurement, but it seems like it was 170 something. By the way, the sound you hear is the actual sound of the tornado. There's another shot of the Andover tornado at a different location, extremely violent. Tornado in Edmond in 1986. But I always have to tell a story what happened that day. Some of you heard it before, but it's always worth telling. We were in the forecast center, and there's a circulation to the southwest, and it kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and kept coming toward us, and we started getting reports of wall clouds, funnel clouds, hail, and baseball-sized hail, you know, all the ingredients. And this thing kept wrapping up stronger and stronger on Doppler radar. And I had a guy work with me that time. The ex-Air Force, had long silver hair, all right? Long ducktails. And, you know, he always looked good, smelled good, suit was always buttoned up. And I turned to him and I said, because he was moving toward the television station, I said, why don't you go out behind and look? And he looked at me and said, yes, sir. And he went outside, and his coat was off like this, and that long silver hair was blown over to the side, and he was going, you, Hugh, and he finally said, "You better come and look at this." And I went out the back door, and the entire sky was rotating. And I tell you, I was pretty puckered up at that point. And I had to come back in and do one of those warnings. Tornado warning continued for Oklahoma County. All residents continue tornado precautions. Stay with TV9, will keep you advised. But I had a problem. My voice was up like this. And I just knew I was going to go and get on that television and shout, "You're going to die! You're going to die!"
Any of them yet. I think they say, hey, that guy wants money, don't call back. No, I'm kidding, I don't know.
Amid this devastation, such gaiety seems inappropriate at first. But why not? These people live to tell about it.
During tornado emergencies, when we come on and issue a tornado warning and we give you the safety precautions, go to the center part of your house, lowest level, smallest room, you need to follow those instructions.
Storm chasing may not be what you think it is. And it's kind of an exciting tape. It's what really happens a good part of the time when the storm chasers go out. And I think you'll get quite a kick out of this tape. You'll have to, in some parts, you'll have to listen very carefully to what they're saying. Okay, let's roll the tape. The last few boys were last year down there at Pruitt, which is in south central Oklahoma, storm chasing, obviously got caught in a tornado. You can just imagine what the conversation was like. So a lot of storm chasing is like that. And other times it's just sitting under, nothing happening. But, I don't advise anyone to go out and do it because it can be very dangerous if you're not experienced. Now, we'll take a look at a tornado. This is up in Canada, and I always call this kind of an Oklahoma tornado that's trucks. Vehicles are probably one of the more dangerous things to be in is a tornado. And we'll cover safety precautions later. The lowest level, smallest room, center part, ditch, under a bridge, whatever. But cars and trucks, extremely dangerous cover. And
to News 9's Kelly Ogle.
Let's welcome the big guy. Where's the big guy? Yo, Kelly!
Yeah, I've got a box to stand on. Is that for me? Wow. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna fall over up here. Hey, it's good to be up here, you guys. We had to drive because we got fogged into the helicopter. I gotta tell you, having a police escort through town, that's the way to go. Every time, I'd like to have that sort of arrangement. First time I ever went storm chasing was up here in this area. And I will never forget it as long as I live. It was one of those stormy spring days, and I was a cub reporter, to say the least. And I guess you could say that me and my dad and my brother sort of became human Doppler radar that day. We drove right into the storm. That was the concept back then. You drive into the storm and you radio back and you say, yeah, this is pretty bad, all right. So that's what we did. But I really couldn't tell you if there was a tornado that day because by the time we got into the hail shaft, me and my two brothers had taken the necessary tornado precautions in the back floorboard. So that was my first experience. It's changed a little over the years. It's now an 80% chance that it's 4, okay? Hey, every day you get to see Gary doing his forecast, and we thought it might be fun for you guys to get a look behind the scenes of all the work and all the equipment and all the technology that goes into the daily product. We wanted you to see the anatomy of a weathercast. Those terrible twisters that sweep out of the Oklahoma skies used to arrive unannounced, but in a...
No big deal then. Several years ago, one of our photographers was at home. I came on the air with a tornado warning south of Norman, moving northeast, 30 miles an hour. And this guy loved to chase storms. And he quickly computed he could intercept the storm at Tecumseh, Oklahoma. So he went into his little wife who was in the kitchen.
Dr. Bill Tegan.
Oh, Bill!
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. It's great to be here, the home of the Blue Jays. That's all right. We had a big headliners banquet a couple of nights ago, Monday night as a matter of fact, where we honored all of the top athletes and the coaches from the state of Oklahoma, and I'm sure you've heard this by now, but Gary, I'm not sure you know this. Brandy Woodard of Guthrie was the top high school student athlete. So it's great to be here. I have a very tough workout regimen that I do, and I've talked about it with these guys. I do 1 sit-up a day, every day. I don't do two, but I always do one, and I was feeling pretty good about this until a gentleman back there stopped. That's how you do it. This is how you don't do it. These mascots, though, they're the rage now, aren't they? Look at, now we got fights between mascots. Okay, now here's how you play defense, girls or guys. Hey, 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 hey. Look, it didn't bother her. Now, this is where I get a little bit nervous, right about, ah! He's actually okay. He survived and laughed about it later, what I was told. I don't know if that's true. But he's okay right there. Major League Baseball players, these guys make about $4 million a year. Oh. Here's one of my favorites. Now watch where this ball goes. Look at this car. Hey, here's Jose Canseco. Oh, this is also a good one. Watch this guy here. You talk about an all-out effort. Boom! Man, ow! There you go.
Let's give a warm welcome to News 9's Jennifer Reynolds.
Come on, JR.
Okay. Well, hello, Guthrie. How are you tonight? I didn't hear you. Let's try it again. Well, it's great to be here, and I have to tell you, I've been working with Gary England for a long time now, but I've been watching him for an even longer time. In fact, when I first met him, and I went to work at Channel 9 just a few short years ago, I walked up to him and I said, I was a brand new reporter, and I said, Mr. England, I just want to tell you my name is Jennifer Reynolds, and I just came here to work as a reporter, and I'm just so excited about it. Because, you know, I've been watching you since, and he held up his hand. And he said, stop. Now, when I was a kid, I was watching television. Some TV meteorologists, they used to tell us, well, come up here, Gary, do you remember this? They used to say, we had a big green Frady hole in the backyard. And before we would leave, my mother would take time to open windows on each side of the house because that's what they told us to do, but they don't tell us to do that anymore.
No, what we discovered after years and years of very tough research was the tornado opens your windows for you.
So don't stop and open the windows before you head to the Frady hole. We do have some of what you should do if a tornado comes your way. You hear us.
Connell Air Force Base tornado, which is that outbreak in 1991 through Kansas and northern Oklahoma. And once again, this is a fairly rare tornado, but if one like this comes along, you certainly need to know what to do. So check the roll of tape.
That were stationed at McConnell, and they got in a lot of trouble afterward. They ended up being charged with endangering government property themselves for taking that video. Now this is a part of the show. I haven't seen the tape I'm getting ready to show you. When I was younger, there was a lot of stuff on TV that was live. Not anymore. And there's a reason for that, because things go wrong when you do things live on television. And proof of that is the tape we're getting ready to show you. We've put together kind of our own blooper tape. They're not somebody else's bloopers, they're our bloopers. And let me tell you that I think Kelly Ogle put this tape together. And he said he couldn't find any of his bloopers. But he said there were certainly plenty of mine.